Hey everyone, welcome to another shave with Mark at Friendship Shaving. I hope you're well. I've got a new razor to shave with this week, and it is a Mühle Rocca, the R95 with the birch bark handle, and more about that later. But funnily enough, I haven't really been getting on with it, so be interesting to tell you all about that. I've got some soap samples sent to me. I need to say thank you to Neil Sanford, who was kind enough to send me some soaps. Neil has quite a large collection of soaps from America, so he sent me, if you can see, quite a few little packages there. There is foam in the bottom of the box, so there are perhaps not as many soaps as you might think, but I've certainly got a good number. I've got Tallow and Steel, Barrister and Man, Lather Brothers, Phoenix and Bow. I've got a good collection of samples in these wonderful little pots, and the one I'm using today is the Lather Brothers El Barbaro, and it is a Miami barbershop scent, and I have to say I love the smell of this. I absolutely love it, and I've taken a little sample out of there and popped it into my bowl. Going to be using my God, the name's gone right out of my head, my rubber set today, so I'm going to put that in some water. Just dampen my face slightly, and we'll get going. Oh, I'm glad to be in here. It's been chaos today. We're having a little bit of work done on the kitchen, and the workmen have just gone home, and it's lovely and quiet in the house. So I've got my soap, I've had it blooming. I'm going to use that bloom water and just spread that into my face. Now this soap has got a very familiar scent, and it took me a while to work out what it was. It is very, very, very similar to the PAA Phoenix Artisan Accoutrements High Jump 47. The PAA soap has got bitter orange and bergamot in it, and this one has got tangerine and bergamot in it, so perhaps that's the basis of their similarity. But this one has got a lovely sweet powdery scent as well. So there's a bit of vanilla in there, and I think there is some patchouli and white musk in there, but it's a scent that I like very, very much indeed. I love that sort of sweet powdery scent. And we'll get and start to load this brush. I'm never sure when I get a sample quite how much to put in my bowl. I've put a very little bit in because I really like that soap and I want to make it last as long as possible. So if needs be, we might have to add a little bit more, but hopefully not. I'm just going to add a few drops of water to that. Well, I hope your week's been good so far. I've had an interesting week with this rocker, I must say. I bought it second hand from a gentleman whose description of it was that he was having a rough shave with it, and I thought that was a strange comment. That's not the sort of comment you expect to hear when someone tells you about a razor. Perhaps I was expecting him to say, you know, it's aggressive or too mild or something along those lines. So I was really surprised when he said it was a rough shave. But he tried it with a couple of blades. And I was in touch with another friend, Thomas, and he had a similar experience. Had a few shaves with it and moved his on. And I must admit, when I first tried this, I had a rough shave. That's the only way I can describe it. So very strange, but I've stuck with it over the last few days. I've tried various blades in it. I've tried a Crystal, a Voskhod and a Lord Super Stainless. The Voskhod was by far the best. But tonight I've got an Astra SP in there. And the reason I've got the Astra in is because I was in contact with Kevy Parr from Kevy Shaves, and he has got the same razor, the R95 with the birch bark handle, and he thought his razor was very smooth shave, and he used an Astra. So I thought, well, if it's good enough for Kevy, it's good enough for me. What I've been trying to do to have an easier shave is to really ride the head a little bit, but all that's resulting in is that I'm not getting such a good close shave. So I'm having to go and do an extra pass, and it's just making me a little bit sore. So I thought with the Astra, I'm not going to muck about, I'm just going to crack on with it and see how we go. Now the razor itself is, there are three versions. There's the R95 that I've got, there's the R96, which is the same razor but with a black textured handle, and there is the R96 Jet, which is an all black stainless steel razor. Now the R96 with the black handle is £73.50. I've got it written down, that's why I keep glancing down there, and the other two versions are £92. So you can see that it is a big razor. It's a stainless steel razor, and for £92 I think that is a good quality. Sorry, that's a good price for a good quality razor. So it's got this birch bark handle, which I absolutely love. It's very textured. It's a superb grip, and it gets even better when it's wet. It's a lovely warm feeling in contrast with the cold stainless steel. The handle is 105mm long, and the head is just about 4 centimetres across. There is a slight bit of blade sticks out the end, you can just see there. Just be aware of that if you get one, because I did catch my nose with it. Let's go, eh? Now, as I say, not going to muck about with it, going to go straight in. I've not used an Astra SP before. I know a lot of people rate them. I've been finding that I get a close shave with this. For me, it's been quite an aggressive shave. But I know that others that have used it have sort of rated this in terms of aggression as somewhere between the R89 and the R41. Now I find this to be a little more aggressive than my R41. Now I've got the 2013 version of the R41, so it has got a less aggressive head out of the two. They did a version in 2011 which was more aggressive, but I find my R41 to be really comfortable and a very nice shave. As I say, I'm just finding this a little bit more aggressive. It has got, as you can see, quite a large gap between the blade and the guard, so certainly plenty of room to get your skin in there and to do a good job. It does seem to be very efficient with this Astra. But it's still not the smoothest shave I've ever had, I must admit. And in fact, I'm quite sore on my neck, and that was with the grain. So yeah, it's a strange one, this razor. It's I know everybody's different, but it seems to be, from the comments I've been reading, a bit of a Marmite razor. I guess you either like it or you don't. There's no in between, perhaps. This soap is lovely, by the way. Leather Brothers. Never used their soap before. I'm very chuffed to get these samples. They are all American soaps that are quite costly to get in the UK, and it's just wonderful that I've got the chance to try them. And as I say, I like this one immensely. It's a stunning scent, it really is. It's on my list. Perhaps when Britain leave the EU, the taxation will ease for goods from America. Now this is a heavy razor, it's 80 grams, and that is one of the things that I really like about it. I was unsure about the big handle. Let me just compare it to my R41 so you can see how big the handle is. There's the R41 and there is the Rocca, and you can see that it's quite a big beast. And I was unsure about that big handle because I do like smaller, thicker handles, but I have to say this is beautifully balanced. It's really nicely balanced. I know that Mühle would have tested this to within an inch of its life, so perhaps it is simply that I'm not quite used to it, and it's taken me a little while to just adapt to the razor. This is where I find it a little bit aggressive for me. It seems to catch a lot of my skin in that gap. And I'm putting no pressure on at all. I wouldn't like to put any pressure on this razor. It's heavy enough without me doing that. I mean, you can hear it's doing a good job. Whoa. There's a nice bit of cushion on this soap. I feel that it's very protective. It has reasonable slickness as well. Not as good as some I've used, but certainly plenty enough. And I'm being careful here because this is where the razor's been catching me. Just around my lip there. Well, it has definitely improved since the first time I used it. The first time I used it, the shave was so rough that I wondered if the blade was juddering or if there was movement in the head. Now, there is a little bit of movement with no blade in and the handle off. There is a slightest movement between the head and the guard, but once the handle is screwed on, there is no movement at all. So it obviously wasn't that. Perhaps it's just one of those things. And as the saying goes, your mileage may vary. But that is the Mühle Rocca. Now I'm quite sore, I must say, I'm quite sore. Yeah, I've got a reasonable shave, not the best I've ever had, I must say, not the best I've ever had, but sufficient. I'm not going to push it and go for any more. Although there's a bit there that I could, but no, I'm just going to leave it. going to put some alum on. Oh yeah, I am quite sore. Which is something I don't usually get when I use my R41. I'm really sore around my chin. I'm really sore on my neck. So that is my experience of the Mühle Rocca. Beautiful razor, but honestly I don't know if it's for me. The thing is, I get better shaves, much better shaves from other razors. So, you know, what am I going to use? The Mühle Rocca or the other razors? Still, I'll give it a fair go. I'll use it a bit longer. I'll just show it to you again. It's a beautiful, beautiful looking razor. The weight is nice. I mean, if you get one and you like it, it's a good deal. But I looked out for this second hand, was very lucky to get it. Got a good deal on it. Just be careful if you go to stand it up, because there's a bit of... the bottom of the handle is not quite exactly flat. In fact, I'm just going to lay it down. And I really am going to use my Nivea again, the cooling post-shave balm. I feel I need it today, more than any other day. Oh jeez, man, I'm really sore. When they talk about razor burn, that's what I've got. As I say, first use of the Astra Superior Platinum. I'll have to try that in another razor. I know a lot of you guys really rate the Astras. I can't tell whether it seemed a good shave, but I'm so sore and I can't tell which part of that was the razor and which part was the blade. I've still got a bit of alum on my face, it's just soaking up the aftershave there, so we'll get some more on. So folks, that is my shave with the Mühle Rocca. As I say, perhaps it is a bit of a Marmite razor. I don't think it's for me, but I'll have a break with it and then I'll give it another go for a week and we'll see how we get on. Until then, until next time, you have a good week now. All the very best to you. Please comment as you usually do, and I'll always try and get back to you. You take care now. Bye bye.